ability to have discernment, to still have some kind of cognitive ability here to see what's happening right in front of me. Your word is what guides me. That's my compass. Your word, you are the word. Hokodesh, flesh without flesh, perfect, pure light, unadulterated, undefiled, sovereign, the creator, the most high of all things, creator of the light, pure light. All this was all created from darkness where we're at here. This is Satan's grounds that he likes to play, the adversary, and twist and warp. So you said do not partake in the beast. So I live in the beast system, and I live in the beast country. It's not a country, it's a corporation now. And so only by your will be done. Thy kingdom come, the return of your son, the bride, Shiloh, who will redeem who he already bought and paid. That is you. He paid in flesh. Your spirit, Hokodesh, you are Father. You are three, not three in one. That is their God they go after in this playground of the adversary where hell is abundant. Hell is the knowledge that they lack, that they do not seek or do not use as their, they do not ask what would Christ do. So that's what he tells me to do. He said, don't add or take away, or I'll blot your name out of the wedding feast, of the wedding. It's supposed to be on tables of our hearts. So I'm going to go to the wedding, to the supper. So the Lamb's supper. So but not many. Most people, it's not in them. They have no knowledge, no bis of what is happening in that book, scripture, words, because you're the word. They don't know you. They don't have a relationship with you. That's the biggest abundance I've ever been given, is you, the word. Everything else seems to be a lie. I don't mesh with anybody, especially in this corporation that's just defiled me, but it ain't about me. You made them do it. So if you allow me, because don't make plans, I'll prepare as I always do. I'll prepare for all things. Prepare for the worst and prepare for the best. It's all about preparedness. I don't do the hopium or the drink the Kool-Aid. None of this poly, meaning many, in the blood suckers, the vampires, ticks, politics. They're magicians, they're politicians, they're left and right. Look over here, don't look over here. Two cheeks to the same hole, two wings to the same dragon. So that's the corporation. The threat of a red and blue rape cage, they'll throw you in a concentrate. You better do it our way, or we'll have our Gestapo throw you in a cage without a victim. So much victimless. Crime is a term of accounting. Nobody's accountable for their dialect. It's alien. There's no such thing as aliens, and the whole world's WHIRLDED, spinning, corkscrewing on a planet. So I live in a world full of idiots. They don't know, never even heard or seen it in their life. So know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Can't turn a goat into a sheep. It's not possible. So I don't sup with vipers or cast my pearls before swine. Swine is low energy. So I don't sup with swine. I don't eat swine. I don't eat a lot of things that people eat, but you're not supposed to break bread, you know. 2 times if they're in the Broadway, most people are on the Broadway, most people go to hell. Because most people are evil. Father created most people to be evil. The word says O-L-I-G-O-S. Oligos. He said, seeking shall find the straight gate, right? No, well, Oligos, find the straight gate. He said, seeking you shall find, asking you shall receive, knock. He said, remember, don't break bread, don't sup with vipers, low energy swine. That's liar. That's a liar or a deceiver, like the word adversary is Satan. He's a deceiver. Remember, he's a demonion. That's the word demon. As a demon, as a liar. There's no such thing as demons. We live in a world full of alien dialect, tongue. There's no such thing as speaking in tongues. There's no such thing as aliens. It's not 2025. These people think they know what time it is. Not only know what time it is, they don't even know what they're talking about. And that's okay. I'm not trying to turn goats. Most people go to hell. Most people are lacking knowledge. That's what he said. My people shall perish for lack. Abyss is the word knowledge. Bis. Bathos or busos is the Greek word knowledge. 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 And you're American English. Not even really English anymore, but B-A-T-H-O-S is bathos. That is the word knowledge. B-Y-S-S, that's the word knowledge. B-A-T-H-O-S, B-Y-S-S, and B-U-S-O-S is the word knowledge. So my people shall perish for lack of abyss. Hell. No knowledge. By definition. But they think they know what the hell they're talking about. I don't even have a word in it that's defined out of their face. They talk like a bunch of bumbling idiots. Whirling, corkscrewing. That's the word pervert, to pervert something, to change what Father has created in his writings. He creates. If you do your will, that's self, and that's your will, not free. Comes with a price. There's no free will. There's no luck. There's no chance. There's no fortunes. Fortune tellers, right? Demon. Distribute lies or fortunes to others is the word demon, or what they now have replaced in the text as devil. There's no such thing as a devil. What's wrong with the world? Oh, you're on the WHIRLED corkscrewing and spinning on a block. Rock at 1,040 miles an hour. Oh, are you one of those ball people on a planet? Where the hell does it say planet? Oh, wait, where does it say planet? One time ever in the scriptural scrolls, tablets, New Covenant text, since we'll speak your paper, what are you rolling? What are you smoking? Remember, it was written on scrolls, rolled tablets, scrolls. You don't know anything about the law, do you? Judge that shall be judged. You're going to be judged as a corporation. Halakha, you know what that is? Should never ever talk about anything in the text if you don't know what that is. The Targum or the Mishnah that they changed, that's perversion. That's perverted. That's Jews. Jew. There's no such thing as a Jew. The 12 tribes of Israel, his favorite is pride. His pride, pride is a sin under this covenant. Sin, that's your character, or the word karak, your mark. There's no mark. Mark, to sin is to be off the mark. Your character's off, and so is your definition. And so are your words. That's why you're a deceiver. You're a demon. By definition, a distributor of fortunes or lies. Well, you're an idolater because you believe your own lies. That's what, by definition, that is the word idolatria. Idolatria. Stop spamming me, YouTube. YouTube just spammed me. The Jew, remember? There's no Jews. They're spiritual covenant, spiritual Israel, spiritual bride, spiritual cubits, spiritual elect, spiritual wedding. Spirit is the word Hokadesh. You speak anything other than mystery, Americanian psychobabble? The world thinks they're spinning on a block or a ball and on a rock, third rock from the sun at 1,040 miles an hour. Pervert is the word twist. They think they're twisting, corkscrewing, twisting through time and space. I guess they've never went and looked at any of the scientific models. You have many models. They've got the round ball model, the heliocentric, the geo. They got their flat model. But if you're on a block or on a ball, let's say a ball with the heliocentric model, you're on a ball. There's no such thing as planet. So I don't understand their theory, but anyway, it's just theory. So you're on a ball spinning at 1,040 miles an hour on a rock, third rock from the sun, third in the third dimension. There's their occult right there. Okay, let's go back in time. So you're on a ball spinning at 1,040 miles an hour, third rock from the sun in the third dimension, corkscrewing through time and space. Have you ever looked at a heliocentric model? I hate to break it to you there, numbskull. You're already in space. Why the hell would you have to go to space? You don't know anything you're talking about, do you? Oh, you can't talk about it. You're not a scientist. Well, you can't talk in this channel because I don't sup with vipers. Remember? He said, you know, I was a snake before you let me in. Then he let Joe Biden. So 2 cheeks to the same hole, 2 wings to the same dragon. Numbskulls. Frontal lobotomized. No, thump, warp speed, intelligent. Biden, intelligent. Very intelligent man. Both Biden, nothing cognitively wrong with, other than he's a PDF file and Donald's a Cheeto file. They're both island boys. It's Trump's island, not EpiPen, because you got to make sure you include the boys and girls, Clinton, Bill, and Hillary, and all of them, Elon, Oprah. They're all island boys, girls. They bring the boys and girls to Trump's island. Stop saying it's Epstein's island. Why do you guys keep saying it's Epstein's island? It's Trump's island. You're idiots. Who the hell told you it's Epstein's island? It's Trump's island. He's a cheetophile. And so is Joe Biden. Remember, he couldn't keep his nose off people. Surprised when he was in office, the children have smelling bees instead of spelling bees. You hooked on phonics or something? Tongues, wrong alien dialect. There's no such thing as aliens. What the hell is wrong with you? Hell's not below your feet. Already defined the word hell. Remember, it's not 2025. Are you spinning on a ball at 1,040 miles an hour? You can leave. This chat's not for you. You can go somewhere else. I'm just taking a country minute. We'll have the time for a minute. What's time? Is time some hand pointed at some circle, some numbers on a wall or digits on a screen? That's not time. You got punched by the clock, didn't you? Slave. You're to the debt. That's the problem with the society. No matter where they're at, it's the governance that's the beast, and then they got the bootlickers, the pig lickers, the people who lick the pigs, either the clown cops or the and I used to be one, so I could say that. Or remember, he said, "Don't sup with vipers." You know, as a snake before you let me in, and then he let Joe Biden in, or cast your pearls before swine. Pigs, people in government. Oh, you just thought I was talking about the cherries and the blueberries, or the red and blue. Bad boys, what you gonna do? How about victimless crime? You know how many people are locked up in America? More people than all the other countries combined. How's that a free country when everybody's in debt? Remember slavery, punching the clock? Did you hit the snooze bar there? The enemy came and sowed seeds while you were sleeping. Welcome to an HD fat broadcast. You know what the word broadcast means? It means to sow seeds. I just said the enemy came and sowed seeds while you're sleeping. Are you sleeping at the wheel? You living the American dream? You got to be sleeping to be dreaming. Reaching your REM or your raw, your almond raw. So don't worry. I'm not going to try to turn the greatest of all time into a sheep. Goats, most people are goats. Most people are evil. Father creates most people to go to. Hell is not below your feet. Hell's the word. Bis, bathos, busos, already defined it once. I'll give it to you one more time. Knowledge. Abyss, Revelation 9:11. President 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. President 9:11. Well, Revelation 9:11 says they have an angel. Angelos, angel is the definition of angel, is the word messenger. Angels don't have wings, so angels don't come out of the sky and don't fall. There's no sky falling. Nothing comes from the sky. There's no alien as a word. Those are GFOs. You can get them out of here. Not unidentified. We know who's flying, and that's gravitic technology. There's no gravity, well, polarity, perpetual cancellation, negation. Like abyss is no knowledge. So that's technology from like Tartaria. That's been around for thousands. If you had a car that could go 1,000 miles in the 1800s on a single charge, what's wrong with you? Go back to sleep, you know? Yeah, now Mr. Stinky Muskrat can't even get one to go. What, 500 miles? They're representing the restrainer, you idiots. The restrainer talks about the restrainer, the blood of the cup, remember, of the saints, the servants of the Hamashiach, the one hung from a tree. Stop spamming me. Why is YouTube spamming me? Stop spamming me, YouTube. So look at that 88, which is Donald Warp Speed Trump, dial 22088, the Gemini, like 33. Remember, third rock from the sun, spinning on a ball in the third dimension. 33, the Gemini. Do you know you have 33 spinal vertebrae, like raising the thoracic, Jed spine, the Jedi, raising your Luke. We have a problem. I mean, Captain, she's breaking up. You doing some of your space balls? You spinning on a ball? People playing with their balls. So we ask them to take they tell me I'm nuts. The man's nuts. Grab them, take your balls and go play somewhere else. Go outside. This is an adult-only stream. There's no children allowed in here, okay? Especially if you have a childish dialect. This is a definition stream. You only have to know the scripture and the definition to speak. Remember, he spoke, breath, air, pneumatics. Like in Rome, they had, like we must be pressed. That's the word theolobo in the Greek, to be pushed from both sides. See, fit down into that. Theolobos, the verb, the straight gate. Oh, whoa, that's, if you'll study the Greek, you actually can figure out it's not about a religion. There's no religion. Remember, he wrote the letter to the 7 churches. The church killed him. Are you an idiot hanging out in a church? He said that the Most High. See, I'm not under the laws of flesh. I get tattoo my body. It's not what goes in a man. It's what comes out of a man. It doesn't dwell in temples made by hands. Their Illuminati, their symbolism. They love to play with you. Try, come on by, so you can give it a triangle. Give you their angle with their Baphomet worship. That's Jesus Christ is Baphomet. Christ is a pagan term, never ever written in the scripture one single time. So why do you use that term, Christ? Like Christian, get out of here. Insanity, Christianity, all their isms. They've got their, Satanism is Catholicism. Then you got Mormonism. That's the same thing. Church of Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints. These people, there's no prophecy. He fulfilled all the prophecies were fulfilled. He said, I create everything not written in everything that ever will be. So no luck, no free will, no fortunes, no devil, no planet. no Christ. The word Lord, that's never written in the text one time. Text is modern, using the term dialect. Old Testament scroll scribes, they would pound it on the rock. I don't know what these people are pounding. Opium and drinking the Kool-Aid. They got the pedophile and the cheetophile, and then Barry's a known homosexual, the guy who passed, gay marriage, 50 states divided in the corporation. It's not a country. It's open for business, for sale right now in the New York Stock Exchange, just like the people's debt that they sell for their labor. So that's why he said, come out of my people. So the beast is America, in case you ain't figured it out. The beast is the Strangulation Nation Corporation, with its halo, like Mr. Warp Speed, where he had his halo over the top of his head and is shitting on the public, on the protesters. Thinks everybody's a wacko. Maybe they'll lock you up for being a wacko because something's wrong with you. So tell me what normal is. What's normal? Define normal to me. You're going to get in this van right now, whether you define normal or tell me what reality is. Or you're getting in the van and you're going in your rape cage, or you'll get in your concentrate like orange juice or like OJ Simpson, or never mind. Yeah, get in the cage. Tell me what normal is. If you can't tell me what normal is by executive order, you got to get in the box. Like Amazon, they don't care. Like Jeff Bezos, they just throw you in the cage. I mean, put you in the box, remember? Just throw you in the box in America. Get in the box. Remember, a bunch of J6ers can't even count, can you? Can't go back in time, remember? And then do you remember tattoos? I come quickly, let no one take your crown. He says, let no one take your crown. These people are J6ers out there kidnapping people, ISIS terrorists. These people are terrorists. These are paid mercenaries. And prison guards. Get in the box. So I don't want to hear anything about this country. You don't know anything. You don't know rights. I'm a veteran. I took a note to the Constitution. This nation is a corporation. There's no rights. They've all been eroded. So I'm not sure why YouTube keeps spamming me. Stop spamming me, YouTube. You suck. So anyways, use this platform as I have for a dozen years, and with 6 channels, and continue to be able to use this. Father created the internet. Father created all things. No free will, no luck. So I'm not here by chance. You don't like it, take it up with Father. Don't shoot the messenger angel, is the word messenger. So I have 32 days. That's kind of rather ironic. Or 37. That's pretty funny. Those are Gemini numbers. My dad was 37 when he died in a fire because he was dressed up as Satan, and Christmas killed my dad. So I have quite the story of his story. Well, Father's writings. He wrote all things. So everything not written, everything that ever will be. So will. Pornea is your will. Father's will is the word agape. There's nothing else. Anything else is lukewarm. Like a little leaven. Leaven's a whole lump. One bad apple upsets the whole apple cart. Right? So yeah, he already knows. He already chose. No free will, no luck. Not by chance, So he created all things, everything not written, everything that ever will be. So nobody's free will is, it's a word. There is no free will and there is no freedom. Da-dum, dum, dum. Bunch of ignorance is what it is. Ignoramus. But I can't remember, most people go to hell. You don't go to hell. You don't die and go to the sky. You don't die and go to heaven. Heaven is his pride. Heaven is the within. So you're an idiot. You probably think you're spinning on a planet. So I'd ask you to leave right now so you don't open your mouth and say something that'll get you banned. Not permanently. We'll just throw you outside. Because this is an adult-only stream. To be matured is the number 7. You know anything about numbers? They do this by the number as well. So You know, 7 shofars, 7 ram's horns shall sound. That is the final trump. So it's right where it needs to be. We're right where we need to be in the text, right where Father has us written. Seen an unwinding of his writings. How about that? Spoken into existence in darkness, right? He baptized, he completely overcame. You have to be baptized. It was with fire. It's a spiritual baptism. There's no water baptism. That's not baptism. But anyways, he baptized. This was all created from the dark. If you go back and read, but nobody will read anything. They're a bunch of you can't turn a goat into a sheep. You'll know them by their fruit. Like I said, one bad apple upsets the whole apple cart. So this America is the bad apple of the whole wide north, east, west, and south. He said the 4 corners to the north, east, west, and south, the walk, that they're going to come and, yeah. Anyways, might want to get with the news. Okay, like your compass pointed to the north, your moral compass. Do you have any morality? You have any humanity? You ever ask yourself, WDCD, not like some spinning in a circle, what did Christ do? And what did he tell you to do? What are you here to do? You're here to die to self daily is what you're here. Idolatry, self-will, porneia, idolatria. Latria is the service of your eyes. These 2 thieves. He said, Revelation 3:11, let no one take your crown. So, all right, goodbye, you idiot. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke marijuana. I'm a medicinal cannabis grower. Get out of here. Go smoke your gene-edited dispensary crap. You can tell your brain skull has been rotted by your drug that they gene-edited it. So you took something Father has had for millions of years, never even killed anybody, and turned it into you. Get out of here, you idiot. You know what you're talking about. Go smoke your gene-edited. So, what's wrong with gene editing? Chemically, gene editing, don't edit what Father already made. Goodbye. There's no man-made. There's no such thing as man-made. Father created all things. Are you lost in space, spinning on a ball, block, rock, third, spinning on a corkscrew and spinning on a block, rock, third from the sun in the dimension, third, rock, block? Are you spinning? Get out of here. Don't quote scripture in your dream without putting the scripture so other people can, read. That's not the version that I read. You're not quoting from the interlinear Textus Receptus, I can tell already. So unless you want to quote the original text, you need to put all the text in the chat so I can show the people and refine your alien dialect that you are trying to put in this chat. Your yods, how about that? And your jots and your tittles. You know what any of those are, Dream? American Dream, you got to be sleeping to be dreaming. So you know what I'm talking about? No. Matthew 10:34, that's Matthew, right? That's how many times do we say that? So thank you. Just so that people can, right? If who shall ever come after me, let them deny himself. That's the word idolatry. Porneia. See, he's not quoting from this text here because it doesn't say what his. See, he doesn't have this book. I know Dream doesn't have this book. He doesn't have the canonized 12th century book. So he's got a different text. He's quoting from a different text than what mine says. So that's okay. No, we're Dream. I'm not Dream. No, appreciate you put it in there so others can see. It's what he said. Who shall ever? Remember, there's always a sister chapter. Dream. The sister chapter is in Luke. My disciples, take up your cross follow after me. Matthew, who shall ever come after me, let them deny themselves daily, take up your cross daily, follow after me, right? There's always a sister chapter, okay, Dream? He does. He always declares two witnesses. That's the way the scripture reads that way for a reason. It's because it's a contract, and this is about a wedding. So I just want to make sure you know you probably are quoting from the wrong text. You don't have the right text. There's only one accepted text. When you open up your scriptures, does it look just like this? Can you study it by the number, one word at a time, so you're not speaking in an alien dialect, an alien tongue? There's no such thing as speaking in tongues with your concordance. So you go back. These were canonized, all these words, and took out and defined at the Council of Nicaea. This was all never written on a piece of paper. It's now on the hearts of the bride. The kingdom of heaven is within. But remember, he destroyed all the physical, so it's now all spiritual. The book of Colossians in Paul's writings, remember? Stone tablets, wasn't written on paper. I took all my interlinear moment and see what the word says. Okay, we'll stop being lazy, Dream, because that's how I'd study. That's what he's always like that, but nobody wants to hear that. But I do appreciate your honest. What's honest? But your honesty. That just saying, okay, and that's fine. That's why I could feel your spirit already. Just please use your 4 volume set it. Just, you have a personal relationship already. You know what I'm saying with him. Oh man, it's getting chills. Woo, good stuff. So just don't self with vibrate. Break bread. That's appreciated. So you know what I'm talking about. No, hey, we need to hold each other, all of us, each other to the fire. It's a refiner's fire, brothers, sisters. It's giving me chills. Thank you for sending me Dream. I'm going to get giving Dream the wrench. So, Dream, please use the will to wrench properly. Remember, I don't want to see people's knee grow, and don't let people push drugs on people. The biggest drug pushers are the government. So, I say that every time. Just, if you want this one-word study, you're going to be held accountable because he is the word. The word. I said, I don't want to hear people, you want to see my knee grow. You don't have to use the wrench. What I do with the wrench, Dream, is people are producing fruit. Remember, a little leaven leavens the whole lump. One bad apple upsets the whole apple cart. We are not to sup with vipers or cast our pearls before swine, right? We're here as a refiner's fire. So people can produce fruit, like talk about preparedness, talking about, because he's still preparing to this day, remember? Still preparing to this day. So what I'm saying is that if people will produce fruit in the chat, it could be anything: survival, preparedness, something, finances. If it's not too wild off the hook, I don't want people pushing, like trying to push something, but people could be talking about things that are real talk. If people are saying things like, hey, you want to see my Negro, like black niggers, white niggers, brown niggers, red niggers, or yellow niggers. They got a blue one in office, right? I mean, the orange nigger in office. Oh, see, it's an attitude. I'm a veteran. I don't see color. Remember, Father created one race, the human race, man and woman. So anybody's being race, anything that's swine, get them out of here. Use your wrench. If you don't want to, and you just want to sit in here and learn, and you don't want to, but people are producing fruit in this stream. Now we've lost our moderator because she gaslighted me over something that I feel bad. It is what it is. And we've lost a couple other people. I think Martello was a moderator in here for years, and we number 10 socket him. We lost him, but can't hold on to a number 10 socket. So we have taken a couple wrenches away, but generally we'd like to give people the wrench that are producing fruit for the ministry, like what we're talking about. Just hold people accountable. We're all going to be judged at the end by Father. As far as the separator, just hold them, judge them with righteous judgment is all I'm asking you to do in here with the wrench. Anybody can get the wrench in here. I should have done this a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who can produce fruit for the ministry and could deal with me in the ministry, who knows? I could go away, but the ministry, the land is here. The ministry is set. I will try to figure out, here again, if something happens to me that, after me and deny himself. and bear his cross, right? And follow me, right? Take up his cross to take, yeah, to, and the cross is, um, you get to do the work that the streamer is too lazy to do. You have a wrench now. Okay, now look at Chillin. Now look at what Chillin just said. Look at what Chillin just said above you. Look at what Chillin just said you. He comes in here and just so you know, why does it say Jesus won? There's nothing, no day. Because you're not right. Because you're reading the translation. Remember, there is no in the Greek. I was studying the Hebrew. The past some, but you know what I'm saying. If you'll go to the actual text, hold on, we'll deal with Chillin in a minute. We'll see if he can put anything else or if he's just some American slime ball. There's no J's in these texts. Obviously, they're adding this for the transliteration. They put the translation, but the literal is here. Remember, still here. No changes. No. The translation is not transliteration. You stopped in midstream upon decimation of my character. Oh, shut up, you stupid idiot. It's your stupid flag. Piss on your stupid American flag. America is an abomination. Your character. That's the word karak. You're off the mark by waving a flag. The American corporation, it's a corporation, okay? I think I'm done speaking with Dream. He's understands what I'm talking about here. So we'll move on to you there, chilling like a villain. Yeah, I didn't even see because YouTube censors my chat. Why the hell would you have an American flag? Unless you fly that upside down, that you're telling me this nation is not in distress? Oh, there we go. America, boys. So, all right. Anyways, Dream, thanks for coming in. So, yeah, just wield the wrench. If you just want to come in here and keep producing fruit, you don't have to moderate anybody. You can just come and learn and not, you know what I'm saying, not use it. But if you see somebody like Los, you just took that person. Some people have been here for a minute and they know they don't want the distraction. They want to learn. And I bounce off a chat. This chat is, it wouldn't be if I blocked your comments, or I didn't take any comments or I didn't respond to comments. This would be the ministry it is. So hold on. I don't know how many times I've been here, but it gets wild in here. I'm a man that this country has violated me. My son I can't even report my son and daughter murdered or missing right now. This is how much this country has violated me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm working my way towards day 32 will be the pre-trial. And then 1 week later, this is done. I don't know. I guess, I don't want to guess. I know it is, but so things will be changing in the ministry. This land is paid off. I will file the lawsuits for accountability. I don't want to seek any vengeance. If you're not familiar, I have some legal things that are going on. And so hopefully after 18 months, it'll get taken care of. So as of right now, I only have one right left, and that's my right to speak up. Congress obviously established, protected my right to not incite violence. I'm not a violent man. Nobody could ever say, go back on these streams, because there's been 1,000 hours saying, and this guy was trying to form a revolution. No, he was saying, evolve, get out of the system. He kept showing his silly little weak ass system, but it was working, keeping his power up so he can keep streaming in the middle of the desert away from people. Because look, guys, I gotta go. I mean, nobody joined me after 10 years of coming out here, having this idea. For longer than that, nobody has still joined me except for Kevin. So I gotta go take a vacation. And I know the scripture tells me, I'm trying to go off what the scripture tells me. It says, come out of my people. Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. This nation has produced nothing but war. This is the war machine. I've served it, remember? Weighs heavy on my heart every single day. Father rebukes me with that and knowing what I did, and then being a pig. serving in a law enforcement capacity. And they know that about me. And I think that's why they used it and Father used it against me. So it is what it is. I can only do what I can do. I either have to face the fact that my son never wants to talk to me ever again or he's dead. And same thing with my daughter. And I have to live with that. So I'm going to try to come back to this country. I don't want to leave, or I'd leave today. I would leave today. My gut, I fight every day, my gut to say this. I don't care. I should leave this country. There's more people locked up in this country than all the other countries combined. You get pulled over for having a tail light out. It goes out because it's just burnout. You get water in there. It's a bad circuit. You reach for your driver's license, a cop will shoot you dead in this country. So do not tell me this is a safe country. They threw a grenade at my daughter and son when they were sleeping. There's yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And I will stop. I just want to get out of here. I've tried to tell Kevin if I just leave, Kevin, I won't talk about America anymore for a while. And I'll come back. I'll be charged up. I'll be charged up. I need to learn the gospel in Espanol. I want to go hopefully to South America. I'm not worried about this cartel stuff. I don't do drugs. I don't deal drugs. I don't deal with guns. I don't need a gun to be secure. The right to own one is something that can't be infringed on, but it is what it is. I don't have one because they took the two that I had away. Just two. I only had two, and I never even fired them in my life. Only had them here to protect my animals. So I got to do it for my animals too, guys. I would leave, but if my animals would be hurt, I could be separated from my dogs, and I don't want that to happen. My dogs were already tear gassed. Can you imagine what my dog's ears felt like when they hit me in the face and the side of the ear with the grenade? What their dog hearing, and then they had to be in here for countless days and weeks. I was speaking again yesterday on this matter, and I don't need to go into this, but why did Marshall keep my dog for so long? Why did Marshall keep my dog and not give me my dog back? I could let this whole thing go to the side, but I want to make sure that Marshall gets looked at in this case. Why did he hold my dog from me for so long and not give me my dog back? I was speaking with somebody last night about that. I had to get off the stream, and I apologize. We canceled the stream, but I was talking to somebody, and they said, that sure shows what you're saying, that they feel like they were guilty, and they didn't want to face you. And why was the dog in such deplorable condition? Because he was probably stressed out because of what Marshall had done, potentially to Elijah. And Tanga was feeling that. He was in deplorable condition. I should have documented it, but I didn't. So I know his father's will, you know what I'm saying? And so I do apologize, but I think if I can just get out of here for a little bit, I can put this behind me. Because if I just calm down and I stop thinking about these two subjects, I don't curse. And I shouldn't be mixing the gospel with cursing, but this is a very trying time we live in. We're supposed to be standing up to the beast system. And sometimes we have to, we're supposed to be holding our public servants and our accountant and elected officials and community servants accountable, correct? So I'm broken and I'm damaged and my heart is shattered. The only thing I've been able to keep straight is my mind. Everything else has been assaulted and battered and batteried, and more than anything, my mind has been tortured, but I'm glad that I can still stand up. I can still speak. I can still articulate conversation. And it seems as a miracle, like I am a literal walking miracle. And I don't forget that every day. So that's why I spend so much time with this ministry. and it wrecks the rest of my life. But that's been my biggest problem in my whole life. I want to serve others. I joined the military at 17 years old. You can't tell me that I'm not willing to lose this flesh for the cause of others, knowing that's a possibility. So that's the problem that I have with public tyrant pigs in this modern day, age we live in. They're tyrants. They're not, until they return this into a constitutional republic or gold and silver. I have no respect for these pigs. They're all slime balls and they'll all be accountable. I hate all of them, not them, the sin that they're committing. They're an apostasy to God. They're not public servants. They're not protecting the God-protected constitutional law. They're protecting some corporation. Banksters. Somebody said, oh, we're supposed to, Christ said to, give unto Caesar respect. Yeah, but when the government's tyrannical, do you have to? Do you have to, come on, man. We're one step away from, right? Mr. Muskrat, it's right in your face. So I appreciate the support, Christopher. I'm trying to do the best that I can here. I'm just getting, like I said, I'm a little broken on this thing. I've just spent 18 months and it just didn't add up to anything. Didn't add up to anything. And I'm struggling for, like I said, for money when I normally don't struggle for money. I've been able to pay this ministry off. Remember, the system has failed me. I never got the Social Security money that I paid into the system. I didn't want to check. At the time, I was a single parent, not getting any child support or getting any kind of support from his mom at all. Just not, didn't help with anything. No school clothes we had school clothes and play clothes and school clothes, and it is what it is. I'm not trying to badmouth her. It just is what it is. And then I filed for Social Security after 7 years of telling people, no, I'm not. I need to work I don't want. And then I went in there and said, I don't want to check, but you can look through my medical records. I'm obviously have broke my back more. Here's all my medical record. I go down at times where I can't work for extended periods of time, and then times I can, but they wanted to say that I can't work at all, and they denied me. So I wasted 7 years of my life after telling people no for 7 years. So 14 years later, I go 7 years no. 7 years later, 14 years later, I get denied. And so no Social Security, the military. I don't get veterans benefits. I've never been to the VA. I don't get separation pay. I have an honorable discharge. So I'm getting ready to go down and get rid of it off my license, get rid of it off my vehicle. I don't want anything to do with this anymore. I have had it, because I've had a CDL. I've given up my CDL. I'm not operating in Congress. I've given up a lot, and to not partake and be a part of this system. So if I'm going to travel out of the country, I don't want to have a veteran tag on my plate, a plate on my vehicle. I think I could be targeted and killed just for that reason alone. Oh, somebody might grovel at me because I'm a veteran. Fuck that. Oh, see? Apologize. But that could get me killed. So I'm now focusing on GoFunding me, not you fund me. Get away from me. You don't have to give me anything. I don't want anything from any one of you. Asking you got me, me and the lady, in red, which still broke my heart that she's gone out of this channel. So I'm not asking anybody. I would sell everything I have except for this ministry. So that's the GoFundMe. Surprised nobody's come in here and called me a grifter. So I've served this country. I've served this nation. Hell, I was even a school bus driver. Had a, with a CDL and drove kids around on a school bus, in Alaska in the middle of frickin' those snow in the deep, in America where it's, well, that's different up there, but that's still, all right. It's Russia now. But anyways, everything will work out. God's will be done. I don't want to stay in a nation where they've violated my rights. Yeah, it's not right. You don't serve the beast. It's a system that strangles people. Father hates oppression. Remember, he sent Christ just because of that. The laws that they made that were oppressive, the halakha and the haggadah, were the laws that oppressed. If the food was, it fell and they were harvesting off the back of the cart and it fell on the ground. It was supposed to be left on the ground. It wasn't supposed to be picked back up. All that gleaning, you could go into a field and glean. They had taken all these laws and changed them. Strangled everybody. The Pharisees. We are the Pharisees. Even the Canadian military, the Air Force was the first one to go in and bomb Bashar al-Assad. Canada is America. If you watch Nate from Canadian Prepper, you know that. I like his attitude. I mean, he just still really talks like he's an American, but he's not, because he's still a Canadian. He's still a Canadian dick. So, but love Nate's channel, man. God, I love Nate. Thank you, Father, for creating Nate. Although he's not religious, either am I, right? I don't want a religion. Nate is so brilliant. Father created such a beautiful man that gives so much of his time to create beautiful content for Father's people to be prepared mindset, not in a fear panic type of. Fear motivates people to get up off their 4 point of contact, their ass, to do something and quell the fear so they can move on and go fishing with their wife or their life or whatever they're going to do. So, yeah, I appreciate Nate's even thinking about coming down here to America, because they're so tyrannical about how they are right now taking, they took Trudeau. I always do that on purpose, but so you know. I should add that. Trudeau. I said it on purpose, so you know. Okay? But remember, they took all the weapons of a bunch of weapons. They sent them over to Ukraine. These even weren't even like battle, military grade, yeah, no, I rebuke religion. I despise religion. It makes people watered down. Religion makes people not want to sit down and sup with the word, one word at a time, because he is the word, Hokadesh. So remember, they changed all these things, brothers and sisters. They created their own Targum, their own Mishnah. And that's why Father sent Christ, was to fulfill all the laws of flesh and to make us so we're not under these laws anymore. We're not under these laws. We deny ourselves daily. We take up our cross daily. We follow him daily. The disciples are going to be suffering. Remember, it is the cup that is filled with blood of the saints, the servants, the disciples, that would be poured out on the nations that fornicate with the beast. America, brothers and sisters, America is the beast. The strangulation nation, corporation with 1,000+ military bases in all 180 countries. This nation strangles by debt, slavery, corporation. So sell people's debt on the U.S. stock exchange to other countries, and they pay for that debt. Bond. That's what they extort when you go to jail. Your merchant number is your bond, or your merchant number is called a merchant number. And that chief of finance, which is fronting as the district or prosecuting attorney, is the one who's setting it all up, giving that money back to the system, to the Queen, the district of criminals in Washington, D.C. Like, look what's going on right now. They're taking people's benefits, potentially, and I don't think they will, and I told you why. If they do, you better watch out. This is a game changer. America will not stand up till America's starving. How long have I said that, YouTube? I have been telling you that, YouTube, for 12 flipping years, YouTube. Are you listening to YouTube? I told you for 12 years, America will not stand up until America's starving. This whole King's rally, I heard people got paid $200 and that's why they all left, most of them at one time, because they had to be there at a certain time, to a certain time, for a certain amount of hours to get paid. And they know that everybody's got phones that's going to get tracked. So you had to be there for a certain amount of hours to get paid. So that wasn't organic. How many of the people went from 2 to 7 million? How many of those people were starving? None of them. would be a whole different animal if 2 million people were standing up starving in the streets instead of going there to be paid. Now, not all of them were, but see, this is not, that's a game changer. So you might see, but I don't think they're going to take the benefits from people because you can't even legally do that. I don't understand how people think you could legally do that. This is a data dump. Is what they're trying to do. You guys don't see the whole bigger picture here. They're trying to get everybody's bio data and all their metadata from the people. That's what have you even figured out what this whole, if they now they're going to build what, a $200 million East Wing on the White House, but they're going to cut people's food benefits for the poorest people in this country. They approved all this other $170 million for these jets or whatever. This is the halakha, the Haggadah, brothers, sisters. These taxes, Father whipped the people, and I'm not telling you to be physical because you've turned my father's house into a den of thieves. They were selling. They brought money into the church, and we're making an exchange rate you had to have 2 turtle doves at the altar as a sacrifice. And that's why Christ filled all these sacrifices as well. So all these rituals. So Father, remember, he sent Shiloh and he fastened the cord and he whipped the people, exchanging the money and selling the doves. So, yep. The narrow way is the hard way. It's the difficult way. It's the word dialobo, to be pushed from both sides. Push by the world, your friends and your family, in prison and separated, and then pinched down. Narrow is the way. Narrow is the word hados. He said, I am the narrow way. Like a sieve, to be pressed, like a pinch, like a wine press, so that the grapes will be ripe on the vine. So remember, and the cup of the blood. Where did it get that? Where do you think that cup comes from? The blood of the saints. That cup's poured out, the wrath of the blood of the saints, the struggle, the the narrow way is poured out on the nations who fornicate with the beast. The beast is the religion. The beast is Christianity. The beast is Catholicism. One nation under God. Wrong God. Wrong God. Okay, Mr. Beck, get a drink. So, narrow is the way, brothers and sisters. Narrow is the way that leads to the straight gate. There's 2 ways, the broad way and there's the narrow way. Get a drink, buddy. Did you get a piece of hair or something? You okay? Okay, my Mr. Pants? So, okay, so either way there's only 2 ways, right? 2 ways, broad or narrow. So there's the only way to the Father is through the narrow way, through the Son, through Christ, through the pinching, through the suffering. As he was crucified, he tells us to be crucified. Bear or take up or cross. To bear that cross means to bear a witness. You have to be doing the same thing. Follow after me. Conform to my image. So, I don't expect anything else in my life, 100%. I only expect to go through an absolute tirade of the torment, mentally, physically, emotionally, until I die. I'm going to die a grueling death. I just want to know when I'm dying. I just don't want to die in my sleep. I want to know I'm dying so I can just fall into it and go, yeah, back to who I really was, Hokadesh, spirit. So, but either way, Father's got me in his hands, right? His way. No, what I'm saying on mine, when I say either way, because there's only one way, is the narrow way, right? But the broad way is the way that leads to hell. Is whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I'm kind of glad that all those people went out to the 2 million man march, I guess what they call, and they're, or 7, whatever, 7-11, 2 7s, 77, 7-7, 2, 7, 7, 11, 7. Oh, you don't know my brain works like that. It's gematria. It does that to everything. What? Oh, I got a visitor. No, don't kiss me. What are you doing? What are you doing? You come hanging out with the dad? You good to be with the dad? I know, we got to get up a little bit, finish that chicken coop, huh? Finish the chicken coop. So, yeah, it's Bone. It's Bone. It's Bone, 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 Bone. Are you saying hi? Hi. I love you, buddy. You're my biggest bone that I ever had. You're the big bone. You're the bone, 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 bone. So, see why I gotta make sure I get out of here in that. What? What are you doing? He loves the dad a lot. I've just been hanging out a lot with the puppies. Yes, his name is Bone. His name is Bone, Yotter, and Pants. He's the best guy I ever did. He's rebirthed into a new body, so I never had to teach him anything. He knows everything he did in his old body. Seriously, he knows everything he did. Would you stop being such a... He was a lover in his old body, too. He was a lover. He was a lover. He was a lover. Okay, you're smothering me. This is what my ex-girlfriend said, that I act like. Seriously. This is what she said. I said, what's your problem? She said, you act like a dog. Always eager to please. He just wants to see Dad happy. He wants Dad to be happy. Huh? Bo, Bo. I love you. You're not a lap puppy, but you think you are. You're a big puppy. He thinks he's a lap puppy. He seriously thinks like he's a little chihuahua. He's trying to get all his body up onto my lap. You're so silly. You're such a silly guy. You're such a silly boy that I love. That I love so single much. So this is why I can't just leave the country, guys, because I want to leave the country and I want my dogs to get hurt. Yeah, he's not a small bone. He's a big bone. He's a big bone. He used to be, we treated him more like a baby, but now he's not. Why don't you say hi to everybody? Nope. No kisses. No kisses. Can you get out of my screen? You're hogging all the screen. There we go. So, he's kind of magnetic. He's magnetic. Oh, he's stuck to Dad. I love you. I love you, boys. Okay, give him some nubbins. Give him some nubbins. And he just needs a little bit of loving. He just needs a little bit of loving. You're my best bone. Okay, all done. So, there's water. Dad got water for you. Dad got water for you. Yeah, they're good boys. They're being good. He's being crazy. He likes to be like his dad and be crazy. So, and Tango's right there's my baby. Would you do me a favor and go get a drink? Go get a drink. There's water right there, you goofy. Would you please go get a drink? Go get a drink, you goofy boy. You're just getting too excited. Hey, go. Get a drink. Go get a drink. No, go the other way. Sorry. There you go. I know. What's your brother? He just does every once in a while. He's a silly boy. I think he just gets too excited. He gets a little piece of hair or something stuck in his throat. He gets to doing that thing in the couch and he nuzzles in yeah, he does it every once in a while. It might be just an attention thing, huh? He might be just trying to get my attention, so. But I do love you, Biggie, Biggie. Now stop it. Okay, I'm gonna go let you guys out. Oh, I gotta get Big something to eat soon. Hey, watch it. There we go. Go get a drink. Go get a drink. Oh, so I'm gonna have to make some burgers here for the break fast. So, but all right. So I'm trying to listen to my instinct. My instinct tells me that don't listen to what everybody in this country is saying right now. This country's over in a great, delusion. The standing, sitting, POTUS, president of this United Corporation, United States, memes the public with dropping shit on protesters. That's what he thinks of the people, and called the people wacko. So any other reasons why I should stay here and not go take a vacation, go make an exit plan? If I can have one foot out of the system, kind of like I'm saying, I like to have a diverse, an A, a B, a C, a D. I don't like to make plans. I just do be prepared. I don't make plans. Father tells me prepare, and then he just crushes my plans, and then whatever happens, happens. You can be a witness on this channel and just watch for the last 18 months what happened to see that. I just went backwards, 100% backwards. So I need to move forward and try to pick up the pieces. And either, again, my son is dead, or he just hates me and never wants to talk to me ever again. Same with my daughter. And then we're going to move here, but oh well. So what? Big deal. The only thing like I have right now that I don't have taken care of is the land payment, the one land payment. But I'm not going to let that get in my way. I mean, that's a lot of money to spend outside the country. If I have to, I'll just stop paying it. But whatever. I've been paying on it for like 10 years. I don't care about the money portion of it. But I'm just going to have to get some more things sold. And I realized today that yesterday I had posted for some people to come out here to the homestead. And it's called Homesteaders Looking for Helpers, Helpers Looking for Homesteads. And it's an excellent website on the Facebook platform. I don't like the platform, but it's one of these join. I don't know what they call those things you can join. But this is people people like me who have homesteads that are looking for people. Because for 10 years, it gave me hope, and it showed me that I'm not alone, because there are a lot of other homesteaders out there that have beautiful spreads that nobody's going to. And all you idiot people think that you can't gain a skill set because you don't know what you're talking about or doing, to go learn from these people. You could just go learn. These people don't even want people to be there full time if they don't want to. A lot of people are not looking to put people into some kind of slavery, kind of like I just was put through for the last, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. So I just went back to another time where I was thinking, man, Father just crushes me. He doesn't let me do anything. He just pushes me backwards. So anyways, my instinct right now is fighting that I should leave this country no matter what anybody tells me. I don't care what anybody in this country thinks right now. I still have to take care of myself and my animals. Nobody's come here to help me. Nobody's come here in 10 years. So I have Kevin here now. He bought the other property. It's kind of like a whole different situation. I was talking about people that join me as a community. Am I mad at America? No. Do I need a break from America? Yes. I paid the ministry off so I can hopefully talk again about this last night. I'm hoping that this reset of the system is just a big monetary change, and it'd be like a COVID, and eventually it will reset itself, and it's not going to be the end of the world like everybody thinks. So I'll be abundant to have somewhere inside America and outside of America. I'm not selling this ministry ever. And as a matter of fact, as soon as I get enough funding, I'm trying to take care of the paperwork to put it directly into the ministry's name so that it can't be taken. So why would I leave America? Well, because you can't even own land in America. You can't own land in this country. So you don't own your land. You don't own your vehicle. That's why you have a certificate of title to the state. You know, you don't own anything in this country. So I'm going to go try to take my understanding and see if people would appreciate it somewhere else, because I just struggled for 10 years and nobody came here and joined me. So it's okay. I'm not mad. I'm just going to move on and try to, get my life together, because I just wasted a lot of time and could have already been left out of the country and have been and already paid off a whole nother ministry. I'm probably going to pay them off both, because this one cost me, this whole case with my son has cost me, like probably in the last 5 years, just a case alone, over $150,000. And that's not including the, just this year I spent over 100, or in the last 18 months. So it's silly that I struggle for money, but I still know I can file the lawsuit. So my instinct is just to keep my head down while I'm here. Hopefully Father will let me go and not put me in any kind of situation where I have to stay here longer in America. I am not concerned about them convicting me at this point, because I would appeal it. And on the case that I would appeal it, they dropped Adriana's charges because they said Elijah to stop the vehicle. That's what I did, right? I told Elijah to stop the vehicle. Why haven't they already dropped the charges in this case? Because Father's doing it. He's making them do what they do. So, but, I found out that it's a couple grand just to get a vehicle across the Panama Canal. So I think the best thing for me to do, like I said, every day I'm fighting my instinct. I wake up every day. I don't want to be in this country. I want to take my animals. I want to leave. And I'm going to just go. I don't care. As soon as I just get over the border of America, I'll feel so much better. So I don't know what to do here. Like I said, again, my attorney is saying he's going to posture before the case. And if they're going to drop, I already told them, why haven't you dropped this case already? Why aren't you going after these people if they've already dropped Adriana's? Remember, I couldn't get a no contact order dropped. The whole case should be potentially dropped. And I didn't even get my son to go be able to get looked for, or my daughter, because of this no contact order. Josephine County Sheriff's Office would not go look for my son and daughter because they said I had a no contact order, which shouldn't even be in place to begin with. This whole thing is a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. And so all I can do at this point in time is just pick up the pieces and just, I hope that my son hates me and doesn't want to talk to me, and he's just mad at me. And there might be a chance that someday I might talk to him again. But I don't have any evidence to support that at this time. Even down to, why wouldn't he file? This is his grenade pin. This is Elijah and Adriana's grenade pin. This is their separate lawsuit. They have separate lawsuits. They would have already filed this long ago. So I don't have very good gut instincts to think that, and I don't always get things right, that Elijah would already have worked off his debt. If he owed Marshall any kind of debt, he would have worked it off by now. And I've had a couple of people who know Elijah, and they said he would have contacted you by now, man. He would have contacted you by now. Somebody, hey, will you do my favor and tell my dad that I don't think he's in here getting his rocks off because he's happy to see me struggling, that he's alive and can still come in there and go, ha, my dad, I'm so mad at him. Look, he's still live streaming and still wants to talk to me. And haha, he thinks I took his gold and silver. Haha, I made a pact with Marshall. Ha, I don't think so. I don't think any of that is the case. So, this country's violated me. Nobody's helped my son. Nobody's helped my daughter. So the best thing I can do is, if I know that my animals are not going to be hurt, that I need to leave. So right now I'm trying to fix the chicken coop because the chicken's got a little cold and I don't want them to be cold. So I'm going to have to spend a couple days on it. I should have already done it, but I'm just haven't had the energy to get everything that I need to get done out here. Like I said, I don't have the push. I need a vacation. I just wore myself out. Imagine spending 18 months to try to protect your son, keep him going from jail, and now he doesn't want to talk to you, or he's dead. And you haven't had any talk, any conversation. Nobody knows anything, and I can't even follow his reporting his body murdered or missing. And I have, remember, but they won't take a report. I'm tortured every day, violated every day, and this country violates me. So I have no love for this country at all. None. The land, different. The country, no. Some of the people here are beautiful. Most of them are pieces of shit. But that's everywhere you go. So they just seem to be more of it here in America because they just don't care about anybody else. This nation does not care about other people. The nation that strangles everybody else so they can be, lap up all the luxuries. So I know I could have taken what I just spent on this case. I feel so foolish and could have left out of this country and blessed so many other people in another country. You know that? What I had just put in on this case, just what I gave John. See, that's what I don't understand. Again, just for a minute, a little game theory here. I just gave John tens of thousands of dollars and he hasn't even called me. So what is this? Why wouldn't he be calling me, preparing me for the trial? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no calls since. No calls since. I called him last time, Linda, and told him the same thing. Look, John, I'm not getting anywhere with this Elijah thing. Okay, obviously this charge should have been whatever. But if they dropped Adriana's charges because on the video that you're going to bring, the only thing he's going to bring into the fucking courtroom on this case is that video. My son and daughter in the video aren't even going to be there at my trial. No, he doesn't plan on taking it to trial. I see that. And I'm trying to get myself prepared for that too. That there is God's will, not mine, on both sides. 100% it's going to be his. That I'm trying to get myself prepared because he might have this. I actually tried to talk to somebody last night about this and they wouldn't talk to me. So if I could just have your ear for a minute, Linda. I hate that this is over because it's hard to, with the chat lag and the shadow banning. So if my attorney, who I've paid now, this is paid. That's not some private, or some public pretender. Okay, this is a paid attorney who has a very big record, since 1982. He's not a pushover. He is a bully, just like this system is a bully. Like I've said about this attorney. The first time I laid eyes on him, I looked in his eyes, I saw great whites and hammerhead sharks swimming around in his eyeballs. And I said, oh, that's an attorney that I think I can help get me, get my situation, that I was dealing with. So anyways, So if John was going to, because when I asked him last time, John, what in the hell are we doing here? You know, my son's not going to be there. So basically the only thing I get that if he goes to trial, this is how it would go down, Linda. They would show, the cops would come in and show whatever the video. Maybe Sam Birch would be there, whoever, Lance Brown, that's who it was. Lance Brown would be there. He would be there. He didn't even pursue. So there's no pursuit, right? There's no, and Elijah didn't speed. And it says that in the, you know, we only passed one vehicle. And so no public was in danger. They didn't show up with a, so here's the trial. They're going to show up with this docu-cam. It's not going to be about any of this case. Imagine that. Everything. It's not about the SWAT raid and Elijah and why I told him not to stop the car. Because remember, I was going to let him arrest him because they're going to throw him in jail because 180 hours. The case isn't about that. See, in John's eyes, the case is about the fact that, and I understand where he's coming from. I mean, I've been in legal, so his focus is, Tracy, they're charging you with interfering with a peace officer and hindering prosecution. Because when he asked me, he said, so were you driving the vehicle? I said, no. Did you physically stop him? No. That's not hindering prosecution. That's not interfering with a peace officer. And when he conspire anything, that was on the, there was a on the fly thing. We just go in there to get Adrian a shower. So if they dropped Adriana's case for the same reason they have now been holding me these charges, if they convict me, it's already a wrongful prosecution because they already dropped Adriana's charges. So this is what I've been trying to, I understand with my attorney. I'm like, why have you not done this already? So his words to me, Linda, were, we need to get closer to the trial and I'll posture. So I'll go bully the bully. Okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. But that's not hindering prosecution. That's different. See, that's not on my, that's not on, you know, and I'm saying that, okay, but see, that's that on what imagine what John is only, you know, they're charging me with hindering prosecution, not the whole thing about him being here at the property. There's nothing about the property. There's nothing about the SWAT raid. There's nothing about that. The only thing that John is focused on, and I see what he's saying, is this hindering prosecution and interfering with police officer that day that I did not let Elijah stop the car. So what he told me, you know, and I think I've said it to you before, he said, look, Tracy, Elijah is a grown-ass man. He's not your child anymore. He's an adult. He was driving that car and he could put his foot on the gas pedal or the fucking brake pedal, Tracy. If he wanted to stop that car, he could have stopped that car. If you physically did not stop him, he didn't, that's not interfering with a peace officer. That's not hindering prosecution. So I have said this to John because, see, I'm like, John, what the fuck is going on? I hired you to get looking for my son. Now I can't report his body. Tracy, we got the case. Remember, he wouldn't even talk about it. So all John cares about is the evidence against me. Did I stop Elijah from, did I hinder prosecution from them arresting Elijah, or that's it? That's all he cares. That's why he doesn't even think he needs Elijah or Adriana there in a trial, because even if they do take me to trial, Linda, he's going to go in there, they're going to show this footage, and he can say, he didn't stop him. That's not hindering prosecution. He didn't physically stop him. The law says you have to physically, you know, he didn't. He told him to jump over the fence. That's why I got 2 counts, because I told him not to stop the car and I told him to jump over the fence. And I told Adriana to jump over the fence. And I grabbed the cat, remember? And I got it. Oh, my people. I went in and we got Torah. I didn't even care about that cop shooting me. I'm like, I got to get the cat out of there. The doors are open. Oh, shit, man. The cat's going to run away. I don't care about this stupid cop. Fuck the cop. My God, my people. I called the cat. I called Torah my people. Poor Torah. He went through the port. But anyways. And then remember I got out and I told him to drive away and he drove away. So there's no interfering. Remember I told him to what? Because to hindering prosecution, because I leave now. That's hindering because I told him to leave. See, my voice doesn't activate hindering prosecution. So it wasn't a physical act. So they still have no charges this whole flipping time. They should have dropped it. And then they got me with that attorney charge. And he's not even representing me. So knowing that, Linda, knowing what I just said to you, because I asked somebody this yesterday and they just teetered out on me. They just wouldn't answer me. If I told John we need to do this, do you think there's no wrong answer here? Why would they even go to pretrial unless they're just being, they've gone this far? That's the only chance at dropping it, right? Would be at pretrial at this point. Or we're going to trial in 37 days, right? For 1 day. After all this, I'm just going to have a 1 day trial. My son's not even be there. My daughter's not even be there, which violates my Sixth Amendment right. It does. I have the right to call witness in my favor. So, I have the right under the Sixth Amendment to call under the right of discovery, suppression of evidence. So I don't even know what John's doing at this point. I kind of made that very clear to him. So how does that look when we go to a trial where Elijah's not even there? Don't I get to cross-examine Elijah? Doesn't the state get to, call for discovery, cross-examine Elijah? Okay, so now wait a minute. There's a certain amount of time. Okay, but yeah, I hear you. Okay, but whatever. It is what it is. I got to come to some serious. Like I said, I have a timeline that I'm trying to work here, and I'm not trying to rush or anything, Lynn. I'm just saying, it's either 32 days or 37 days. Period. So this is what I have to work with. So now knowing what I know, and I told John to posture, I'm not. What is he going to wait till a month? Are they going to drop it there at the pretrial? I mean, that would be logical. We don't have enough evidence, and they're just going to run me all the way out. Probably. But I told John, why are we even going to pretrial? If there's no case, why are we even taking it to fucking trial, John? There is no case, John. There's no case. They already dropped the Adriana's. And how bad does that look that she can't even show up to the fucking case? Or my son, because they're missing? You think I'm going to go on the witness stand and I'll open my mouth about my son and daughter being murdered? And then I mentioned if it's Judge Vandenberg, I said, I reported my son and daughter murdered. They can't even be under my Sixth Amendment. You don't think I'm going to bring that up even if John's in there, the attorney? You're violating my Sixth Amendment right now. Where's my son and daughter at? See, the other thing that I'm saying is they have a certain time where they have to send out summons. Why is John not even summoning my son and daughter to this case? Because there's no case. There's no case. There never has been a case. There's going to be the civil lawsuit, But even if they took me to trial, they don't have shit. If I went to appellate court, took it to a federal court, they would drop it in an instant. And then all the evidence would come out. See, if they open this case up and take it to trial, it will bring this to bring more into discovery for appellate court. Or I'll be able to say, hey, they violated my rights. Look at how long I waited for, 18 months. And look at what they did. They dropped her charges, but they didn't drop mine. Josephine County wouldn't go look for my son and daughter when they're murdered. I can bring all of this into discovery. They open themselves up for a massive lawsuit. So here's my thought, Linda. Would he try to, if he's going to go in there and posture and not go to trial? Because remember, he still needs to summons. Obviously, he would need the body cam footage. The body cam footage. He would need the docu-cam from the vehicles footage. He need the officer there that day. You know, they would have to call. See, I still don't understand how they could not have Elijah and Adriana there. They were there that day. They are on my case. They are in my discovery. They are part of my case. How would I have a trial without even having my own son and daughter to call? So I'm not even worried if they put me to trial. I know it would beat this thing so fast. Even if they sent me to jail, I wouldn't be in there long. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'll beat this case no matter what. I need to remind myself of that. I don't think about it very often because I know Father's in control and he'll do whatever he wants to me. But so I'm thinking that if John, as I told with John, that, look, dude, there's no fucking case, dude. Why would they even take it to pretrial? Let me ask you that, Linda, and then we'll work it backwards. You know what I'm saying? So if there's no case, why would they go to pre-trial? Because by then they would have to have everybody ready, summons. That takes a couple of weeks to get that together. Not 1 week before the trial. They're not going to postpone this trial. It's set for trial 1 week before pre-trial. They're having a pre-trial conference, just like before when they did this crap to me with Paul Palmer. So they're having a pretrial hearing 1 week before the trial date. Why would they even get to that date, Linda? Why, if John's going to make them drop the case, why would they even go posture that day? Or would that be the day they posture and said the district attorney's decided to dismiss charges? Because see, I don't see if John hasn't called me, he's not preparing me for trial. Okay, well, I was trying to ask that question to somebody yesterday, and I know that's kind of long-winded, but they couldn't answer me. I'm like, if I talked to John and said, John, why are we taking this to trial? This doesn't even need to go to trial. Tracy, I need to get closer to the case to posture. So does closer to the case mean pre-trial? No, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't. It doesn't mean pre-trial. Does it mean a week out before the case? See, he could get on the phone and he could call Paul Palmer. Or excuse me, he could call Paul Charas, the district attorney. He can call him. He'll answer him. He'll call and he'll answer him. I've never got a district attorney. He called me, and I've called probably 300 times, called the district attorney's office, and nobody will call me back. Try to set up meetings with my last attorney. The district attorney will not talk to me, will not have any conversation with me whatsoever. Remember, the last one left. This one won't talk to me. So he could call and say, look, you dismissed Elijah's or Adriana's charges. This guy ain't giving up. Because, see, I think what he's going to do is he's going to put the bug in their ear, Linda. You know what I'm saying? What I've been saying all along is I'm not wrong. Well, all I paid John to do is talk to fucking the district attorney off the record. Off the record. I'm going to get up and make something to eat. Oh, I got to get some food in my belly. I got to get to work here. What time is it? 9:30. Okay. Give me 1 minute here. I think you guys will sit right there, won't you? Okay. Sit you over here. All our eggs. All of eggs. From my head down to my legs. We're going to come outside. All right. I'm gonna make me a couple burgers here. Couple hamburgers. couple burgers. So I don't, I'm at a loss at this point. I don't know why we're even doing this anymore. So thanks for talking to me about it, Linda, because I tried to talk to somebody yesterday and I think I wore them out. They just couldn't understand what I was asking. Well, I don't know. I understand you don't know. I'm just asking your opinion. Why would they keep this case going if it's going to get dropped either way? How long do you wait? Why do you keep me fucking waiting? I have a son and daughter that are potentially dead and murdered. They can sit there and slow play me. This is bullshit, man, and that's okay. It is what it is. Its father's will be done. Wish I could give these eggs to you. Look at all these eggs. Cool. Yeah, who knows? Thank you. There you go. There's something. Thank you. Anything, Linda, just something I go off of. I know it's, I don't know. I wish I knew. Just I don't know what they're doing. I have a son that I really want to locate. You know what I'm saying? I have a son that I'd really like to find and just know that he's okay. I just want to know if my fucking son is okay. Is that too much to ask, God? For Christ's sake, is it too much to find out after 18 fucking months if my son and daughter are even alive? Does anybody want to give me any fucking help with this? Nobody. I've got nothing. In 18 months, I have gone nowhere. And now I'm literally 1 month before my trial, and I'm still just sitting here in fucking limbo, man. It's crazy. It's mind-numbing. It just, like I said, I appreciate it. It's terrorizing. Father terrorizes me because he's the one doing this. So just so you know, this is between me and Father. This is how cruel Father is to me. And I still love him. I'm still love him. I'm not happy, but I still love him. Dude, what the hell? How come I can't get that off of there? I did that last time. My code open. What the hell, dude? Bullshit. That's even possible. It's not that damn tight on there. Holy shit. Come on, Father. Why do you gotta be so brutal to me? Everything is just such a pain in the ass. Why is that not turning? How's that even possible? I guess I'll try it after I get the burgers going. What the heck is going on here? I can't even get my cooler open. Yeah, just to know anything would be nice. But nope, I can't know nothing. I probably won't know nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even, like I said, I don't know. I have no idea. I just know I'll get terrorized for another 37 days. And I may never know at this point. I don't have anything to go off of. I got nothing. The only lead of the sun where I told where my son was at, that place is empty now. So nothing. I get nothing. Just wasted 18 months of my life. I guess trying to help my son, he don't care. You know, it didn't matter what I just did. It didn't matter everything that I just did. It didn't. I'm a terrible father for trying to help my son. I'm a bad dad for trying to not let them rest my son, huh? Such a terrible father that that I should not even have any understanding of where my son is at. If he's alive, if he's breathing. Remember, I can't even report his body missing. I can't even report a fucking missing body. Dude, what a fucking shitty country. I live in a fucking horrible country. This country sucks fucking ass. Donkey ass fucking Democrat. There you go, you're demon rats. You people who like to pick sides. Two cheeks to the same dragon. But it is what it is. Just venting. Just venting. It's Father doing it to me. Nobody else is doing it. It's Father doing it. Boy, if I didn't know that, I'd probably get mad at somebody, huh? Had somebody to get mad at. Gee, I got nobody to get mad at. Except for myself. We're not taking that gold and silver and going on the road. Because I could already had a second ministry set up. What a shit show my life is. Welcome to my daily nightmare, my daily terrorizing. My dream, I'm going to be able to wake up from this nightmare maybe in 37 days. Go to fucking trial. It'd be so stupid to go to trial in this case. For some reason, I can't get my cooler to open up. Oh, it's got a twist lid on it. Won't open up. What the hell is going on here? Guess so. You think I'd be all pissed off and plotting vengeance, huh? Trying to get mad at somebody. No, I'm not. I just want to leave. I'm only mad at myself for staying here and not listening to my son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're telling me. Every day is a fucking nightmare when you know your son could be sitting there and you know where his body could potentially be laying, and my daughter, but nobody will help me. Nobody will help me. Not a single fucking person in this country will help me. Fuck America, man. I'm not going to feel bad when I leave. I'm just not. Maybe I'll have enough, like I said, hopefully I can leave, not go and leave with a fucking record, and I come back. The shit will blow over in time. But this country has violated me horribly. Violated my son, my daughter. Fucking grenade my fucking daughter when she's sleeping. Fuck the police, dude. This country sucks, man. So, I'm trying to sell everything. Anybody want to buy some land? Want to buy... Yeah, I sell it. I got vehicles for sale. Want to buy a vehicle? I'll buy a flatbed diesel. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, America, for not even letting me report my son and daughter. Oh, good. Now kick everybody out of here. Thanks, YouTube. YouTube. Oh, hey, we got to get that. I wonder if that's dry. Oh, yeah, she's dry. I know, that funny. Nobody's in here. That's how banned I am right now. Yesterday, I put an ad up on that website for homesteaders. As soon as I put a link to my property for sale, I haven't gotten any more. I was getting hits. People are blowing up my feed. As soon as I put a link to the property for sale, I haven't gotten anything. Father is just crushing me. Absolutely just crushing me. I can't sell anything. I couldn't sell anything if I tried right now. So, I may not leave with any money, but I'm still going to leave anyway. I'm not staying here. I am not staying here. I am not staying here. If I could leave, I told that to Kevin yesterday. As soon as I could leave, I need to be ready to go. Immediately. That day. That's why I was trying to have this conversation with you, Linda, so I could get my mindset ready to think that this case could get dropped a week early or something. What if they drop, he's over picking up his cats. I think he's on his way back now. So, I just want to be ready because, see, do you think I didn't really get to ask you the question like I was asking Linda. If they're going to drop this case, why wouldn't they drop it before the pretrial? A week or two before the pretrial? Because they still got to summons everybody, a week or two ahead of time. That's my thought. I mean, they got to get the case ready for trial. It's got to be gotten ready for trial. What do? I go the week before and just don't have any trial prep with my fucking attorney? This is getting... It's too much, man. But I'm getting there. The days are ticking away. It'll happen. It'll happen. It'll happen. It'll happen. Goodness gracious sakes alive. I'm going to pull my hair out of my head. No, I shaved my head. So I always shave my head. Yeah, so I'm a little bit confused on how this is all going to go down here. I'm supposed to go to a trial. Now this thing's only going to be one flipping day. You know? Whatever. It's Father doing it. So, but I'm trying to get prepared to leave. Linda, I'm trying to prepare to leave. I have to say, I have to go. I have a pretty good gut instinct too. I don't think Kevin's going to go with me. I don't think he's going to go. I don't think Kevin's going to go. So he got his passport, but I don't think he's going to go. So I gotta prepare for that too, so to speak, because he's kind of been planning to go the whole time, or he told me he would, but I got a good strong instinct, and when I get something like this, God, I hate when I'm right. So, and I already talked to him about it and told him, you know, my feeling about it, and said, look, you don't have to go, Kevin. Don't feel like you feel obligated. You have to go with me, dude. You stay right where you're supposed to be. If you're supposed to go with me, go with me. If not, just stay here. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. Don't. I'm not tripping. It's not gonna break my heart if you don't go. So, but I just got a strong gut instinct now that he's just gonna stay here, and that sucks because he would do so much better out of the U.S. This country's killing him slowly, and he sees it, but he loves it here. This place I'm at is an absolute gem. It's an absolute gem, and he does good here too. He loves it here. He actually went to his nutritional doctor that he went and got looked at, and they said, "Ben, you are doing amazingly good, way better than he was." So he's been trying to take care of, get his health all square, which is awesome. So I'm not going to make him stay. I'm not going to make him go with me, make him feel like he's got to go. Hell with that. See, I only want to go to Mexico. I'm hoping I can leave with enough money to rent a small place in Mexico for 2 or 3 months and come back. That's all I want to do. I don't want to even go down to Ecuador right now. If he's not going down there, you know what I'm saying? I'll go down there, but I'm not going to bring my vehicle down there. I'll go down there. So I was kind of planning on him going with me, kind of somebody to have my six, but I guess Father wants me to do everything alone. So I'm a loner. But I don't know. Maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll change his tone or his mind. But because he wouldn't talk to me about it, so to speak, and I got a pretty good gut instinct. I brought it up because I'm not afraid to bring up shit to anybody. I'll talk about anything. I mean, it's just conversation, for Christ's sake. So, but I appreciate you talking to me about it. I'm going to eat these burgers and try to get that chicken coop done. Thank you, Father. And some steaming hot burgers here. Oh man, red meat. Need more red meat. Red meat. So I don't know why they keep the case going up until pretrial if they're going to drop it. So my thinks is that John would maybe drop it a week before trial. Call them and say, hey, you guys ready to go to trial? Huh? Nice. See, I don't really do sriracha. I recently did. I didn't really ever grow up eating, not very much of it. This got Thousand Island. I made Thousand Island. Thousand Island. Weird. I haven't eaten others, but I made it Million Island because I put a lot of relish on it. Thanks to YouTube for banning my channel. Thank you, Father, for always banning me. So I'm going to say 1 week before the trial date or the pre-trial. So that's 25 days from now. Because I don't think if it goes to pre-trial that they're going to drop it. That's when they would, but I think they're just going to try to take me to trial. So my nightmare continues. It's really good hamburger. So I need to change my tags on my vehicle. I have an appointment this Friday to get all the work done on the vehicle. That don't cost me a fortune. So that basically gives me 3 weeks and a couple days to play. I mean, we're going to have snow out here in a minute. So I don't want to take too much, Not really. Not too much. Most of the time it's gone in a day or two, We had a couple that stuck last year, but nothing, substantial. It's been really moderate out here for a long time. It's been worse years past, but it's been nice. We're in the Goldilocks zone here. In the Goldilocks zone. Oh man, I'm gonna take this hat off. Getting hot. I got fire going in here. Layers on. I'll take that beanie off. But so that's my thoughts. I need to be ready to go in about 3 weeks. Pack. Nor I didn't get any wood hardly at all, but Heather came by and she dropped off about 4 or 5 rounds. I didn't get wood, but she went out and got wood, and she stopped by and I gave her some roofing. That roofing that I melted, I gave it to her, and she threw off a couple rounds, so about 2-3 days of firewood. Not yet, no firewood. Remember I told I'm planning on being cold. Father is going to have to do it because I have tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried so many ways. I could sit there and tell you, bore you to death. But some of it's my fault because sometimes I don't put the effort in, but man, I get exhausted out here. I feel like I'm being mentally raped every day. Things forced upon my body and my brain and my mind that I don't want in me. I never asked to breathe tear gas canisters. I am thankful that it's getting closer, man. And I seriously think if they're going to drop it, yeah, if I think I go to pretrial, they're going to go to trial. Period. They just didn't prepare. They're just going to say fuck it and go run with it and try. So. Paul Charles is some young dude, you know. John's been practicing law since 1982. I don't even know if the district attorney was born in 1982. I don't even know if I think he's younger than that. You know what I'm saying? John's been practicing law longer than this district attorney's been alive. So I don't think this guy would stand a chance in court against John. And you already heard it in his statement. He already sounded timid when he said, well, the idea is not to take this to trial multiple times. I just want to try it one time. So he already has a hesitance in his, you know, he's hesitant. So that's what I'm going to prepare for. Now, I'm going to prepare for them to drop it. Because you got to think, they got to have people 2 weeks before trial. Summons, you got to get a summons at least a couple weeks, right? If you're going to show up as a jury or a witness, right? You're going to show up as a jury or a witness in a trial. How long do you have before you have to show up before they serve it? Before they serve you with that jury? Oh, pardon me. Well, that burger's still trying to go down there. Can't get my voice. Okay, so how long do you have? See? Normally a couple weeks. At least, right? A couple weeks out. Did they already have a jury selection when they set up for trial? Have they already contacted the jury members? Because they have a selected pool of jury that they pull from, you know. So again, my thoughts is they would get dropped about 2 weeks before the trial. Not the week before, because that's the pretrial conference. About a week before that. All right, 24th. The 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th. The 17th of November. Holy shit, guys, that's close. Flipping rights, man. This is getting closer. It's so crazy that give my attorney all this fucking money and he even called me. So hopefully you'll just get it dropped. And that's what I'm paying them to do. I gave them all this money, not for nothing. So anyways, I appreciate you letting me pick your brain about it, guys. Like I said, I'll probably wrap this up here. I got to get it and get this chicken coop done so that I can work on getting these 2 vehicles that I have sold, because that's going to be the money that I leave with. I'm not going to have any money to leave with. I've got taxes coming due next month, right as the time I leave. Taxes are due. So on 45 acres of land. So, I got to get in gear here and get these 2 vehicles, try to get them ready for sale here. So thanks for your support. Appreciate you talking to me, Linda, about what's going on here. Just kind of gaming it out, letting everybody know. He said, come out of my people. So that's what I'm trying to do. Try to get away from a nation that just strangles everybody by debt with the oil dollar. So thank you for all your time. And I'll probably just go ahead and come back in for the end of the day. Maybe when I have the chicken coop done, I'll show you guys what I've built. So I got a good substantial work done yesterday, but it took a lot to kind of get it torn back down, and the way I'm doing it, building a little bit different. So either way, I do appreciate all the support of the ministry. People always coming in and help me through a really difficult time, and hopefully this will end and the ministry can move forward from here after this too. So otherwise, you're not going to see me for a while, because Father's going to put me in jail. So I don't really see that happening, but I'm planning for it. Not planning, or preparing for both, going to jail or not. So if that's what Father wants for me, that's what's going to be done. Thy kingdom come. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for him to return. Trying to keep my loins girded in his service. So thank you again. If you want to support the ministry, you can leave comments after the stream, and come back when you have some more time. Okay. There's monetary links in the description, but that's not a requirement to be part of the ministry. It's just there if you have an abundance and you want to share. So time is more important. You can't print money unless you're the central banksters, because that's, well, false printing money. That's counterfeiting. But anyways, thank you for your time. I'll see you guys possibly here for the end of the day. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.